coffee beans going to our new home.
You might consider asking Larry Larson for a lesson on coffee. He owns Larry's Beans. It's a pioneering North Carolina coffee roasting company.
I've had days recently, it's like, I've been in this thing for almost 20 years. It's kind of a long time, but I don't think of myself as a pioneer, but when I slice and dice it, I guess I kind of was. I wasn't the first person doing it, but I was definitely one of the first.
Larry launched his business in 1993. These days, his team never rests on new recipes and coffee blends, as well as discovering that better brew of coffee that pushes the brand forward. Is it the name that gets out there that you define success by? Is it your own personal palate that one day that bean will pop out of that roaster and it's going to be what Larry was looking for all these years?
No, I've never been looking for that one bean, because I think that doesn't exist. A lot of people do that. I don't think that's true. I don't think your palate today is a function of your life experience. It's a function of the stresses in your life. So maybe that one bean was perfect before, but you weren't ready for it. That constant experimenting to find that sweet spot we're looking for is part of the fun of roasting coffee.
You call that fun. Some people call that frustration because stability, no choppy seas in this journey.
Well, so then coffee roasting wouldn't be right for you.
Art versus science. What's the balance?
That's really hard to answer. I mean, sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's a swing up to 80-20, one direction or the other. This one has like a really sort of rich, deep, dark green.
Brad Brandhorst is Larry's Beans' chief roaster.
We do tend to experiment a lot, play around with the coffees, you know, over the course of a year, you know, sort of tweak the recipe here and there, try to get it to taste as good as possible. You know, we're not just like hitting for the same target.
Where's your biggest challenge right now?
Larry Larson says his coffee makes a statement beyond just the flavor of his various roasts. The company features a sustainability expert who makes sure the coffee Larry buys comes from environmentally conscious growers and that the farmers are paid a guaranteed rate for raw coffee.
I think sustainability makes things more interesting. You know, the old way of doing business was simply throw more fossil fuels at things, throw more energy at things, throw more resources at things. Doesn't matter, throw it away. And that's kind of just stupid. It's dumb, it's boring. It's much more interesting to be inventive, to be innovative and try and find ways that actually make sense.
You're making political statements with your product. Is there a risk in that?
Yeah, there's definitely risk in the political statements, but you know, we come short of making a political statement. We don't really support one part or the other. Instead, it's like my political statement's more about what's right and what's fair. What's right for the planet.
Larry says he's not an environmentalist, but directs his company with environmental concerns in mind. After all, this is Larry's Beans. It's about the coffee, and it's part of the growing North Carolina coffee industry.
I mean, we're really poised to be, I feel like, the next big coffee destination. I mean, they've got it in the Northwest, and we might be next. There's not one way that's right or wrong.
Tanya Andrews demonstrates coffee-making techniques when people tour Larry's Beans. We talked coffee philosophy over one of her custom-brewed pots.
Coffee is one of those things that really brings people together, you know? It invites the community in, people sit around, they talk, they enjoy themselves, they really get to know each other.
The Larry's Beans team believes the secret is getting good coffee into the hands of drinkers who've never tasted locally roasted beans.
The first time you have a good cup of coffee, you're like, I can't believe how have I been drinking this stuff in a blue or red can all my life? How did Grandma do that? And it's like, this is real coffee? No wonder the coffee consumption's gone down in the United States, because the stuff is terrible. So you give somebody a good cup of coffee, and all of a sudden, instead of drinking 1 cup a day, you're drinking like 15 cups a day.